Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically we are discussing about the error, basically that is 20% error basically in the student in the education sector. In this basically we are discussing one topic, that is, assume basically world basically contains 3,75,000 city, and universe group basically rule says that basically they never ends the people basically. They never ends the people basically. According to the creation basically the people basically ends. They never basically kills the people. So natural disaster basically the earth planet only has created basically. For example, one of the person told that basically earthquake happened here basically. He told that basically earthquake happened here. So that is basically your creation na, basically. In your creation the earthquake has happened basically. So in this basically universe group are not doing anything basically. So they are going to divide the world into 3,75,000 basically, as per the creation basically is going to happen. So assume that basically world has created into 3,75,000 parts. So what are the impact going to happen? One of the person asked this question also basically. Assume Vadodara totally different, Surat different, Ahmedabad city has divided, Mumbai city divided, C divided, Chennai divided, Bangalore divided, Pune divided, everything basically divided. Because as per the population is going to increase, the incidents are going to increase, the ideas are going to increase. It might possible that basically somebody gets some new idea, then basically he will basically gets into that particular thing basically, then basically something happens, then basically the group satellite group will track, they will immediately divide the thing like this basically 3,75,000 basically parts has happened. Assume basically that. Then one of the person told that yes, basically 3,75,000 parts basically has happened. Now what are the things going to happen? Then one of the person told that 3,75,000 parts basically has happened. So now should be what should be the going? What is the things basically which is going to happen? Then he told that suddenly basically will might possible that city will get end, suddenly the communication will get effect, means lots of problem basically is going to happen, that is 100% sure basically. But few people says that basically the city might get into good environment also basically. Lots of people says that also basically. For example, Delhi is facing lots of global warming issue, right, basically. So that basically will not come basically. Few people says that basically, that basically 100% is not sure basically until basically we don't break the cities basically. Few people says that also basically. So like this one of the person told that until basically we don't break the cities na basically, we will basically not able to understand basically that how the things basically is going to be, how the things basically is going to be. So one of the person told that yes, here basically you are correct. So how the things, how the city is going to be, that is basically very difficult. How the city is going to be created, that is basically very difficult. One of the person told that there are many basically ideas people basically write, right? So one of the person told that basically it will be good basically if the city will be get divided, the environment will not get spread, this will not get spread, that will not get spread, entire basically city will be created in good design basically, lots of good things will happen, that type also people basically say. Lots of people say that big level earthquake also basically might happen, big level lava blast also basically will happen, big level tsunami also will basically might happen. Few people says this also basically. Few people says that basically it will be easy basically for the planet creator basically, that are the planet creation group basically, to create the planet basically. That type of thing basically also people says basically. It will be good for the planet creation basically. It will be good for the planet creation. So that type of thing basically also people says. Then basically one of the person told that basically if we divide the world, then basically is anything is going to have a going to impact to the software industry, is anything is going to impact to the medical industry, if anything is going to industry going to affect to the Bollywood industry, because Bollywood also basically have started their own creation, that is the Sholay movie, Sholay Human Souls. From the Sholay Human Souls, basically the child basically has created. Sholay Human Souls basically dumps into the human body, so lady's body, and then basically they create the child basically like this. Basically, lots of things basically they have done. So like this also basically things are basically there. So one of the person told that uh, this type of problem basically can occur basically. So one of the person told that basically might occur here basically, might occur basically, but we can't say the future basically, right? One of the person told that basically after 3 days this incident is going to happen. The person who basically handles the future of the city, one person told that after 3 days this incident is going to happen basically. For example, I have taken one example. Assume that basically after 2 days basically Sunil R. Nair is going to die. That type assume basically just taking as an example. In really basically it's not going to happen. One of the person told that after 2 days basically Sunil R. Nair is going to die. Some doctor basically given the information basically. Basically his disease basically is not good like this basically. Example basically just taking. So immediately basically the I am basically assuming Vadodara city. Immediately the Vadodara city basically the blood owner basically will get the death blood cells of the Sunil R. Nair basically. From this will be the death energy basically which is going to enter into his body, and that particular Sunil R. Nair is going to die. So like this basically that person basically told. So assume that basically that happened also basically. And like this only basically the people dies basically. The people who naturally die basically, that happens, that basically dies from this way only basically. That's why basically the system basically has created basically. That's why basically the system has created. Because this system has created reason the each and every blood cells is created by human only basically. So they have created this system basically Vadodara blood cells. So person who basically is having the Vadodara blood cells inside his body basically, he is basically having the data of each and every people basically. For example, in Vadodara 44 lakh people basically exist. So 44 lakh blood cells basically exist in that particular blood cells. That Vadodara blood cells contains Vadodara blood cells equal to 44 lakh blood cells that basically exist inside the body basically. So one person is going to die. Assume that basically Sunil Arna is going to die. So that data will exist in that data is also exist in that particular blood cells. That is Vadodara blood cells. Whatever person basically is having that blood cells. So that data basically that person basically will 100% have basically, right basically. Then he told that basically yes here basically, he will 100% have that particular blood cells, that after 2 days basically the person basically is going to die. So like this basically data are also basically there basically. So this way also basically the data gets creates basically. This way also basically the data gets creates. So one of the person told that basically in future if the city basically is going to divide, then this whole thing basically are 100% going to create. So one of the person basically told that basically it might possible that future basically 3,75,000 parts will happen. According to that basically this type of creation will 100% happen. That time basically the world is supposed to world basically will handling the world basically will take very difficult. It will take basically very difficult to handle the world basically. So this type of creation basically he created. That means he know basically that he might not be knowing that basically the world basically might divide into 3,75,000 parts. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this 3,75,000 parts the world basically is going to divide.